Welcome to the Social Bee podcast with your host, Louise Brogan. Every week, Louise will be bringing you a podcast all about women entrepreneurs, talking about their challenges, their goals, and inspiring you to either start your own business or grow the business you have. Visit www.socialbeeni.com to join our community and pick up some lovely freebies to start marketing your business online today.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Social Bee podcast. So today I have got two firsts for the podcast. The first is that I actually have my first male guest on the podcast, which is very exciting and puts pay to the people who I met at the weekend who said to me, "Oh, but you only work with women, Louise." And I said, "That's not true." So Nigel, we will put that right.
Brilliant.
The second thing is that today is going to be an on-air coaching call. So Nigel McPolin is one of the members of my Social Bee Academy. And Nigel and I met a couple of years ago when we were both on the same business accelerator program. And Nigel has a wonderful company called E×2, which is an employee engagement company. And I'll just let you introduce yourself a little bit, Nigel. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, and I'm delighted to be the first male. I noticed your little message there either last night or this morning. I was going to answer and say, no, I'm here. So yeah, just a wee bit of background. I'm an occupational psychologist, have been for over 23 years, and so do a lot of working around leadership management, employee engagement, all that type of stuff. And what we've done is we've developed an online platform to help profile an organisation and profile each employee, to help each employee and each person within that organisation to take some responsibility and to look after their own engagement. And on the other side of that, we also provide face-to-face and online training and coaching services. So again, there's the Engaging Leadership Academy now, where we provide access for every employee and for our clients to continually updated learning and development opportunities.
So your clients really are the organisations and companies?
The Engaging Leadership Academy is also open to individuals. So any individual can come in there and become a member and access online recorded training sessions. Same thing, action learning. So that's live.
Yes.
Webinars. There's a range of learning opportunities in there for, obviously, corporate bodies can come in there as well and become corporate members. So there's options for both.
And what kind of learning would they be doing inside your Leadership Academy, Nigel?
It's mainly around leadership management, self-awareness, understanding the role of being engaged in an organisation. So lots of stuff there from the management point of view is how to engage your employees. And then from the employee point of view, well, taking a look at ourselves individually and taking guided steps that we provide the information for to become more engaged, to find our own way, to find the meaning in our work and the purpose in our work and why we work there and what we want out of it. And sometimes looking at ourselves to actually go on and getting what we want out of our job, not waiting on an employer to give it to us.
So would you say for those individuals, are they people who are maybe unhappy at work, or would they be people who are pretty ambitious and want to get ahead in work, or would you say?
I'd say it's a bit of both, because we do have some stuff in around finding your happiness at work, but also the leadership and management side of things is really for those people who want to get ahead and want to push their career forward and to learn leadership skills or to enhance their existing leadership skills. So that's all available.
Brilliant. How did you get into this, Nigel? I mean, when did this business actually begin?
It began probably about 10 years ago now. I was working in an environment that was quite disengaged and quite a negative atmosphere, and there's very little trust. There's very little, and that was just really all around, to all employees. And so I at that stage I started really thinking about making that a positive experience for myself, because I could control that. I couldn't control how management in the organisation behaved, but I can control how I interpreted that behaviour and how I used it for my own benefit. It's very selfish of me. And so I looked at it, and I started looking at at the whole area of dignity at work, because I felt that the behaviour in the organisation sort of stripped that away. And so I put the bones of a book together, and I remember keeping all my notes and everything that happened each day. I remember on the commute home, sometimes I was using the park and ride on the bus back out. I was scribbling notes and interpreting the behaviour of the day as to how I could actually counteract that, how I could find my own dignity, and that just evolved. Because once I got that together, then I was having conversations with a range of people, and it became putting it together into like an online platform that became the employee engagement platform. And that's from the employee point of view. And then we also have to look at the leaders and managers. So we added a leadership profile on there and a team profile. And then we've come around now to providing the training and the support through the Engagement Leadership Academy. So it's grown from that point.
Did you actually write the book, Nigel?
No, I still have all the notes there. Do you know what I mean? And I think someday that'll be an interesting one to put down, because there's some really strong negative behaviours. I think that's a diplomatic way of putting it. And some of the behaviours was pretty shocking. There's an example of a time when my holidays were approved, and I went and booked my holidays, and then the holidays were unapproved after my flights and all booked.
Oh dear!
And just 2 or 3 days in advance, no, you're not getting next week. And there's examples like that. So again, there's pretty extreme behaviour. At the same time, those are something that people could learn from. It'd be an interesting read, I think.
I think it would be. I think as the Social Be Academy moves forward, I would love to bring in a guest expert to look at how we could create our own books. I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
we're getting ahead of ourselves. You know, we have too many ideas, Nigel.
I know, but that could be our downfall. And with the entrepreneurial side of things, you can starting off to do things that are interesting. That's something that I have always been prone to.
Yes. It's like, look, there's an interesting thing to do. Let's go and do that.
More of the social bee. I'm more like the butterfly, sort of.
Brilliant. So today we are going to talk specifically about building an email list, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes. So before you came into the academy, Nigel, had you thought about email marketing?
I had, but I don't think I ever really got it, to be honest. And I was reading stuff, and I was seeking as much information as I could, and I don't think I ever really got what it is that I'm supposed to or should do. And I think I'm getting it more and more as we go. But I really want to fast track that, do you know what I mean? And building that list. And I cleared out my stuff last week with GDPR, and I'm really starting fresh now. So I don't think any of the stuff that I had I could stand over. And I just thought, right, well, that's it, because I'm just going to start afresh. Any of the decent ones I have personal contact with anyway. So
you mean the people who were on your list?
Yeah, so I had a few lists there, and but again, they came from different sources, and different people I had involved at different times, and didn't really trust their take on it. And there's no double opt-in for a lot of them, and so some people added to a list with no way of saying how they were added or why.
Yes.
So, and it wasn't significant enough for me to worry much over. To be honest, I just thought, well, I'll be safe rather than sorry.
And really go for a bit of a fresh start with the list.
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay, so in terms of, for people who are listening, I really strongly believe that having an email list is one of the biggest strengths you can have in online business. And it's what I teach inside the academy as well. You use your social media to raise awareness of your business, but what you really want to do is to be able to connect with people directly. And if you're not meeting them in person, the next best thing to do that is by popping up in their email inbox and really building a relationship with them and getting to know you and getting to know your services. And that really leads you down towards more of what would be considered a bit of a sales funnel. For starting with your email list, Nigel, so you've got two different sets of clients, really. We have a few different sets. You've got the corporates, the managers, the people in the corporate jobs, and then do you have entrepreneurs as well?
Not really. Not sure it's an area that I've thought about. I'm more thinking of that sort of workplace world. It's the people in offices and in companies that are employed as managers or there's employees.
Okay.
And that I think that's my main focus at the minute, just to try to target that.
So it's quite interesting because if you've got two distinct audiences, you've got the managers and then you've got the employees. You couldn't send those two groups of people the same messaging, I don't think.
No.
So you'd really have two different lines that you'd be going down. So have you considered how people would join your email list? Have you thought about how you get somebody onto your email list so far?
Well, we've started as you know, the last few weeks, we started a sort of 30-day challenge, which we've identified as too long anyway. I've only had a few people on that, but it's getting people signed up and, you know, how many getting that out there. So we've been tweeting it away and stuff like that. And it's getting a few people.
What have you called that challenge?
What we call the Engaging Leadership Challenge.
Yes, I had talked to the members of the Academy recently to say that, in my experience, a 30-day challenge was really a little bit too long. And I think to capture cold traffic into leads into your business, really a shorter 5 or 10-day challenge is really sufficient, because it's long enough for people to get to know you a little bit without maybe kind of giving them the whole message, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So maybe reducing down that challenge. Where are you sharing that challenge?
It's mainly on Twitter at the minute. I'm going to be putting it on LinkedIn this week.
Okay, great.
Seeing that, because I think that's going to be our big one. And for some reason, I've always just got attracted towards Twitter. Twitter's just so fast; it moves so quick, and you go off somebody's speed very, very quickly. So. So again, we're just going to look at the LinkedIn option as well, and get that going. It's on the agenda for this afternoon.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, no, I think it's a really good idea to put it on LinkedIn. And where is your challenge actually stored on the internet?
Well, it's MailChimp. We use MailChimp when people sign up and they come to the landing page, then it just gets kicked out from there.
So it's a series of emails from MailChimp.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go onto Twitter or onto LinkedIn, are you sharing the link to the landing page?
Yes.
And that's a MailChimp landing page?
Yeah. Okay.
So you will be able to see statistics of how many people are landing there, how many people are actually signing up?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's something to keep an eye on. So all along the journey, the customer journey, it's very important to keep aware of the numbers because there may be parts where you're going quite well and you've got maybe like a 30-40% conversion rate of people who've seen it who are actually joining it. But you need to keep an eye on places where they might drop off. So for example, when I did the 30-day challenge that I did for my social media challenge, I could see that when I shared that challenge initially into my social media platforms, I got quite a high take up. But then after I'd been running it for a while, I just was tweeting it out now and again. And the number of people who then signed up was a lot lower. So it's very interesting that if you make a concerted effort with something like that and you're talking about it and you're talking about it on Twitter, you're maybe talking about it in Facebook groups or on LinkedIn, you're going to get a much higher conversion rate of people turning over to it rather than just sharing a landing page. So that's one point definitely to make. And then as I went through the stats on so you can see the open rate of each day's emails.
This episode is brought to you by the Social Bee Academy, your online learning space to market and grow your business. With monthly training, live group coaching calls, a thriving community and resource library. If you're looking for learning, focus and accountability, the Social Bee Academy is for you. Come and check it out at www.louisebrogan.com.
And usually that'll drop off after a while. But if it drops off significantly, you need to look and see what have you been sending the emails that's made people drop off as well.
Yeah.
So with everything in online marketing, I think